Is it even remotely possible to imagine a world without books? As readers, we would miss books on airplanes, metro stations, school, college, work, and anywhere under the skies. Bookstores and libraries would have a lot of extra space, and our own bookshelves would no longer be overflowing. The publishing industry wouldn't exist as we know, nor would Amazon, and there would be nothing on your bedside table when you can't sleep at night. All of this would be unfortunate, but it barely scratches the surface of what would be lost if literature never existed, if stories had only been told orally and never written down. Such a world is almost impossible for us to imagine. Our sense of history, the rise and fall of nations and empires, they would all be completely different. Most philosophical and political ideas would never even have come into existence because the literature that gave rise to them wouldn't have been written. Literature isn't just for book lovers. It isn't just for the nerds. It is for all of humanity that dreams of illuminating their inner eye and peeps into the great beyond of possibilities. And that is just why we bring to you this episode of Silver Hills Public School's Quarantine Diaries. Welcome to the magic of books. Buildings are assembled from bricks, aren't they? For societies, those bricks are literature. No civilization in the history of mankind has ever built itself up without bowing down in reverence in front of it. If it looks like a piece of paper to you, look again, and its loveliness increases. It is one of the few things in nature that simultaneously belongs to man and man belongs to. So much so that the great H.G. Wells once wrote down that as much as the Bible was created by them, Jews themselves were created by the Bible. Novels, stories, poetry, drama, biography. The ocean of literature that pervades us is a nice, cool shower. A mere means to relax on a leisurely day for some, and for others being life itself. The world of books documentates almost everything that exists around us. From odes on seemingly insignificant objects to the lamentation of death of people. Literature is something that is dreamlike and yet thought-provoking. The voyage into the beautiful and mesmerizing world of literature shifts a pallor from your face. It gives an entirely different dimension to your character and simultaneously a loyal companion to curl up in bed with. So what are the sounds of reading a book? It borders around philosophy and spirituality. Its impact is beyond the capabilities of any Netflix, Prime, or even Kindle. The rustling sounds of shifting through the yellowing pages of a Shakespeare classic, if you listen closely, is the same as the sound of changing times, of changing eras. It makes you rich, so much in awe, that you wonder why it took you so long to get there. Erasmus, the great Dutch scholar, once argued that if there is anything you can buy with money, it has to be a book. It is very easy to think of it as a certain craziness rather than the love of literature. But the fact always remains that if you want to wake the humanity within you, you will need to be an avid reader. Be a Potterhead, be a Dan Brownian, be a Shakespeareist, be an Oscar Wildean. Pore over books and get addicted to words, because this, after all, is a good addiction to cultivate. If you don't come out of this quarantine with a bunch of books in your hand, you would have wasted a major part of your lives. If you've still been lingering around Netflix and Prime, your heart will keep being enveloped by that comatose silence it always had. Because as Shelley once said, poetry lifts the wheel from the hidden beauty of the world.